Today is Monday, August 25th, 2025. I'm Sweets. This is Sid, and this is our call where we talk about what we're going to be shipping in the coming week. I'll kick us off. Today, I have been working on recovering the scheduled actions or tasks as we're slowly doing the rebrand so that they do not create new tasks. So how I decided to solve that was I made a few changes. First, we now have docs.recoupable.com. Before, this was on a different domain, and now I've just updated it to be on the official Recoup subdomain. We've added in a new doc in here. We've already got all of our existing stuff for pretty much all the APIs that we've got externally facing, and now we've got a chat section for people that want to build on top of the chat portion of Recoup. So we've got the endpoint, normal details, and then the main, and so you've got request examples, response examples, all the bells and whistles of normal docs. And the new thing that I've added is this exclude tools section. I was thinking a little bit how we should build this. In the AI SDK, they give you a field for tools and you pass in the tools you want to do. So it's opt-in for tools. I've ultimately decided to go with exclude tools. So by default, when you build on top of Recoup's API, you get all of the tools. That's what our meat and potatoes is the value that we provide. We build tools that work for musicians. And if you don't want some of those tools, you exclude whatever tools you don't want. And so this, instead of me directly just removing the exclude tool from this endpoint, I've offered it as a parameter for you to pass in. So if other people are still calling the generate chat API, you can still get all the tools. I have not removed the create scheduled actions tool across the API endpoint. I just added it in as an optional param. And so from there, do I still have the code base open? I closed the code base, but I did send a screenshot inside of the Recoup chat. It was a one-line change after I did this. I just added in the param inside of the actions worker. So the thing that calls our generate chat API, and I added in the param of exclude tools, one single tool in there. I've just removed the ability for it to create scheduled actions. So now moving forward, it can't, anytime scheduled actions run, it is no longer able to create new actions, which is going to prevent us from running in that loop of a task runs, it generates more tasks, and then Casey from 1RPM or that other human that ran it just gets stuck in a loop of getting a million emails. They reach out to us and say, hey, this is getting annoying. Please stop it. And then we have a frustrated customer. We spend a whole bunch of credits. Nobody's happy. Now it's built into our own. We've got docs that push that creativity to the edges. So just the actions worker is using that, but anybody else that's building on Recoup can do what they want. And moving forward, the other things I'm working on this week. So now that we have fixed scheduled actions or tasks are no longer going to be creating that infinite loop. The other two priorities I've got for this week that I'm going to get done by Wednesday are $99 sign up. That'll be my next big task. That's the main thing that I need to do to make sure that Sid can continue to sell while I'm gone. And then on my side, I'm going to update the dashboard to show the power users. So just showing mostly for myself what I'm going to be updating on chat.recoupable.com. I'm going to be updating this button, which I don't see on my own account because I have subscribed. But as you saw it flash on there, the button, the call to action of subscribing, we're going to update this from the $20 plan to the $99 plan with a month of free trial. So if you're watching this and you're saying, whoa, $99 is a lot, I want to be paying the $20 that we're paying right now. Now is your last chance because I'm going to be changing this tomorrow. If you want to get in right now while it's $20 a month, you need to go in today to chat.recoupable.com and click this button before I update it of signing up for the $20 a month plan. Because coming in tomorrow, I'm going to be updating it so that it is now $99 per month with 1 month free trial. So you'll get a 1 month free, and then after that, it'll be $99. The other thing that I'm going to be updating is on the founders dashboard. Founders.recoupable.com has on the conversations, this power users. I'm going to end up this is Sid's code, so I'm not going to touch it. And then just like what I did with credits, I'm going to make a new page for power users. We can see here was the impact of that bug of infinitely running. It spent 1,404 credits. Converting that to dollars, that's $14 in AI credits that ended up getting used just on Casey. And then on the other human, it spent $5. in LLM credits, so quite a bit of credits got used by it generating infinite amounts of tasks, and also kind of highlights the power of being able to run an agent in the background. And so I'm going to add on a new page into here, probably power, just less is more, simple is best, small is beautiful. So keep it as power. And then when you go there, you'll just see a number. This is the number of power users, and then maybe a list below of who those power humans are. And I'll see if I include any more data in there. But those are the other two. Again, on the main page in the call to action, changing us from $20 a month to $99 a month. Today is your last day, if you're listening to this, to sign up for $20 per month before we raise the price for new signups. And then I'm going to make a new page on the founders dashboard so we can accurately track who our power users are. And with that, I'll toss it over to Sid. Sid, what are you working on this week?
Sweet. This week, once you add that, or actually, I'll just start sharing real quick. Can you see my screen? No, enter. So I am currently working on the module to change the copy. So once you do the back end switch of this will also make more sense. I think I will also then try, unless it's easier for you, we can discuss right now, to make this a pop-up that happens once they sign in. So give the kind of put, it's not a paywall because they can click X, or I'll add like a just continue to free try, or just continue to free mode, but put some kind of paywall to have people make it more clear when people sign up that to start the trial and give them that option. Because currently right now you come here and you're using this, and if you don't know, you have the option, you have to click here, it's a whole thing. And I just think that giving people the option to have better models should be front and center before they start their experience. So they know the limitations of their free version and that it's not recoupable being limited, it's their trial, or it's their version, their free version of it. Okay, cool. So that's that. Stop sharing. And then once that's plugged in, I'm going to send emails to everybody I met with last week, pushing them to the this flow of sign up here to start your free trial, and then set up a call with me if they need me. The next thing I'm going to do is work on the Big Ass Kids agent. Now that you've created that endpoint, I can use that and kind of reference what you did with the Excelencia to create the MVP for that. Correct? That's awesome. Yep. Also, that what you did, because I can also say like exclude segmentation, exclude all of the things that they said they didn't want because it would add more credits. And then those are things that we can upsell to people from their community that want more info. So that's really awesome. Great job on that ship. Simple, clean, modular, really, really awesome. The other thing is I wrote a list of 3 things that I think would improve the product the most that Verbal can do. And I want to create tickets and like a video to show him exactly what I mean. Where are my things? I know he has other things on his table, so like I was going to create these and then send them to him, or just check in with you tomorrow to see where he's at. There are 3. One is, I'm not even going to go over it. I'm just gonna let me make it real before I just talk it out. So he can continue what he's doing. And then the last thing is, I want to show you something. So I'm working on the brand positioning. And so I wanted to show you kind of what I'm at right now. Entire screen. So look how beautiful this is. So Bam! Look at this, Sweets. I know you love this fucking Ghibli shit. Positioning the product to be a little bit more broader for artist intelligence, I think, is fucking fire. And also going back to what you had mentioned of like why, like, let's focus on building for artists, and then artist teams secondary, but like really wrap it around that. So I've just been playing around with that positioning and kind of what that could look like and how we can like kind of set ourselves up to be the artist intelligence layer for the music industry, I think is fire. So I've been playing around with just like kind of that. And yeah, those are my main things. Is just talking through that.
What's Flow OS?
It was a template. So starting with a template and then kind of adding the thing. I was thinking, I've been playing with like this idea of like, if we do start to go down the Ghibli route, I fucking love that. But like, how do we attach the imagery to like our mission? And so I was playing around with like what if the world is like, you know, a Ghibli style 2050 in a world where like the artist intelligence layer is there and it's like this futuristic city where creatives do what they want and let AI handle the rest. And so it has that like nature and city vibe, but like it started to go down like what the world building would look like for that. And there was some really cool ideas of like, how do we make it not just fun images, but like it like ties back to like what we're trying to like push in our mission of like, imagine a world where you could just literally just do what you want and make a living doing what you love. What does that world look like? Here's the visuals. So yeah, playing around.
I like the idea of using the abbreviation everybody already knows of AI and wrapping it into our brand and calling it artist intelligence instead of artificial intelligence. It's creative and gives it a more human element instead of the artificial element that it currently has. Let us know down in the comments below if you like the idea of us using the term AI for artist intelligence, and we'll be back. Will we be back on Wednesday?
I think you're not here on.
I will see you all next week on next Friday. So it'll be close, like 10 days, 11 days. I'll be back to see you guys.
Wait, when do you get back?
See you. The next call that I see that we have is on the 5th of September.
When do you?
Because I'm traveling.
When do you get back?
Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you when I get back. The next call that I'll have will be on the 5th.